Jason, first of all, just wanted to ask you a bit about your own season so far. How would you assess what your season's been like so far?
Obviously, every player wants to play every single minute. That's natural. But like I said, when I first came in, my job is to just be the best I can every day for the lads in the club. That's what I try to do. And obviously, the manager picks the team, and then it's a case of being ready. And then more of the same, you know, if you're not out there staying ready and being ready to go, and then obviously when you're out there trying to do the best you possibly can.
How do you stay ready to go? Because obviously you said you want to play every minute, but sitting there not knowing when your chance might come, how difficult is it to have that match readiness?
It's difficult to have the match readiness when you're not playing the matches, but I think that you can. Well, I personally, I think if you train as well and as hard as you possibly can and prepare as well as you can, understand what you consist of and do the basics very, very well, then you stand yourself in good stead to be as ready as you can be when the chance comes or when you need to support the team. So I think from my perspective, it's on all aspects of preparation, making sure the boxes are ticked, and then do the best you can when given the opportunity. And
what about the time that you've had on the pitch? You've started the last couple. Do you feel like you've taken that chance that you've had?
Well, I don't know, that's up to the manager and the staff, but I'm certainly out there trying to give my all and support the lads in every way and represent them in a way that I know the fans want to see the team operate, which is on the front foot and playing forward and running forward and trying to score goals. So we're certainly trying to do that. We did that, I think, in the last game, trying to force the issue and put the ball in the net and have some opportunities and try to create more. But there's obviously still chinks in the armour, what we're trying to get better at, and that's what we're going to try and do. Hopefully put in a good performance this weekend, and we'll see if it's enough to get 3 points.
Did you expect to be playing in the back line?
I've played there before, yeah. I played for the manager previously in that line. Like I said, I've played in many different positions, so it's a case of just being physically and mentally ready as I can be, and then wherever you get asked, do the best you possibly can.
You mentioned chinks in the armour just before. I think it's 4 goals for Tranmere conceded in the 85th minute or later. 3 of those have altered the results. From a player's point of view, what is that down to? Is that just the bounce has just not gotten your way late on? What would you put it down to?
Can be a number of factors, I think. It's certainly something that we've addressed and we're aware of and trying to get better at. We know that we can't go through the season conceding late goals. And the other side of the coin is, I think, we've had opportunities to score and create opportunities as well. So it's both ends of the pitch. It's the moments that we speak about within games. We want to try and make sure we're on the right side of them more often than not.
Does it become a psychological issue? Just say, for example, you get to the Walsall game at the weekend, you get into 60, 70 minutes and there's maybe 1 goal in it. Does it go in the back of players' minds at all, the fact that you've conceded a few late goals already?
I think so. I think it's possible. It's certainly there. It's the truth. At the same time, we've worked on and spoke about this week about what we consist of and sticking to the game plan from start to finish. So if we can do that regardless of scoreline or time on the clock, we're just going to give it everything we've got from start to finish. See if it's enough to win the game.
And your opponents this weekend, Walsall, have started off the season pretty well, as they did last season. I mean, last season, speaking of sort of psychological and how that can get in your head, what a drop-off it was from them going from well clear at the top of the league to missing out on promotion towards the end. How difficult is that when you've had that kind of season where it's just all gone against you for so long in that second half of the season for them? Will that have taken them a lot to bounce back and to get back to good form this season?
I think you'd have to ask them.
I mean, from if you had a run like that before, you've been a player and...
I don't know, to be honest. I certainly think from being in and around that league and playing against them, I know that they'd probably be hurting at the way they finished the season based on how they started. So you would think that, the start of this season, they want to set the record straight and try and continue some of the work that they previously did well. So, we've analysed them, we know what the strengths are, and we're going to try to exploit where we think they're the weakest, and then, let them worry about what they need to do, and we're going to worry about what we need to do, and, may the best team win.
So what do you need to do? What is it that Walsall will threaten where others maybe might not have?
Well, they're a very organised team. They get men behind the ball, and we know how they press, so we know where the spaces are where we can potentially exploit. and we know that they're a threat on the counter-attack, so we have to be alive when we have the ball. We also have to be alive in our rest defence and know where and how we need to defend. So we're going to need to be on our game from start to finish, with and without the ball. They're going to challenge us, but it's one challenge that we're looking forward to, and embrace it, and we're going to have a good go at it.
Okay, thank you, Jason. That's all from me.
Thank you very much.
Let's see if there's any